What is it like to be you?
I would say it's pretty average, to be honest. If you were on the outside looking in, you would say that it was pretty boring. Because for the most part, I don't. What I tend to do now is I tend to just really stick to myself, because I have to be very careful about how I'm interacting with people and under what context I'm interacting with people. So I tend to limit anything that would be negative for me.
Why do you have to limit yourself?
Because if I encounter a certain kind of person, and if I'm talking to you and I sense a level of weakness, I get kind of the urge to prey upon that in a way. So in order for me to kind of mitigate that, I definitely limit my social interactions. And I have to make sure it happens underneath the right context. Otherwise, I just, I try to stay away from it.
I have to be fully transparent.
Mm-hmm.
When you reached out to me and I read your diagnoses,
Mm-hmm.
I thought to myself, can I trust him?
Mm-hmm.
Can I give him the platform of our audience who I care deeply about?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to try to manipulate me? Are you going to try to manipulate our audience? Are those valid concerns?
Those would be valid concerns for sure. But as I said earlier, I would say I like what you do, because definitely people have voices that need to be heard. And I would hate to, disturb that process in any way.
When you say prey on somebody, what do you mean?
So the way it would work for me is, I'll speak to someone. I won't really tell them much about me. They'll tell me about them, and then once they tell me about them, I'll kind of form a personality. I'll exaggerate certain features about my own personality to match what it is that they're looking to see. And then once I get my goal, whatever that goal is, then I'm done with the situation, and then I move on. And I've had feelings that I was strange as long as I can remember.
What was it like to feel strange at a young age?
It was a bit interesting, I would say, because you're kind of able to exist on the fringe, and it's kind of like you're on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's on the other side of that window pane, so it kind of gives you the freedom to watch and to look and to observe. Especially if you're a quiet person naturally, people can kind of forget that you're there.
Did you feel like a different animal, a different species?
No, I thought everyone else was different. As a kid, I thought they were the weird ones, and
What was weird about them to you?
Like, why are y'all? I guess, why do you get so sad at certain things? Why do you get so excited over certain things? Like, it's not. I just looked at it like it's not natural. I wasn't really able to relate to other people. And when people would get extremely angry or extremely sad, I would say as a kid more so I would actually get annoyed, or if people would get overjoyed, and sometimes people get super excited, they jump up and down, they clap. As a kid, I would get annoyed by that because it's like, I don't understand what's the purpose of this overt display? It doesn't do anything for anyone. Just the fact that you got good news, it doesn't make the good news better if you jump up and down about it. So I sat back and I watched people, and I watched how they were able to do things, and I used this information to outsmart people. I was able to outsmart a lot of my teachers. That's kind of how it started, the manipulation and the lying. I would outsmart a lot of my teachers. I would come up with lies on the spot. Like, I would come into class and my teacher would ask, "Where's the homework?" I would tell her, "Oh, my dog, he got rushed to the hospital last night. We were there late until about 3 a.m. and there was this problem and that problem and that problem. And I don't even have a dog, never had a dog."
So would it be correct to say that when you meet somebody, you kind of size them up, mm-hmm. and you say, okay, this person shouldn't or should be manipulated?
It's not should or shouldn't be. If I have something that I want to get, then I'm gonna do my best to get it.
Since I walked in here and we started talking, mm-hmm. have you sized me up at all and analyzed any of my weaknesses and how they could be manipulated?
I mean, when I was watching your videos, I thought about it, but I wanted this to be kind of like more of an honest format. But no, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. And it's also, I don't really gain anything from doing that in this situation anyway.
Can a person ever fully trust a sociopath, though?
I would say that you have to, if this is someone that you actually care about, you have to spend time with them and see actually where their head is at, I would say. And I would say if this is, in most cases, you wouldn't even know. To be honest, you wouldn't know until they did something to you, if I'm being honest. So, but if you're meeting someone like me who is gonna, who will tell you that this is what I'm going through, I would say watch them.